Welcome to Ethereum. Now, in this subject, we're going to be learning everything you need to know about Ethereum, what it is, how it works, and the differences between Ethereum and something like Bitcoin, for example. So, throughout this module, briefly the contents, we're going to go over what Ethereum is, the actual Ethereum network, the global computer of nodes, the decentralization of Ethereum, the defining Ethereum, Ethereum applications or dApps, Ether as a token, the differences between alts and tokens. Then we're going to look at Ethereum Classic, which is a hard fork of Ethereum. Then we're going to look at Ethereum's gas fees. So some of these things, if you've known about Ethereum for a little while, just briefly, you may have heard of before. So then, getting into Ethereum, the ICO for Ethereum was 2014, and it launched in 2015. And essentially, to summarize what Ethereum is, as a spokesperson has said, codify, decentralize, secure, and trade just about anything. And they really do mean anything. So Ethereum is a company and has fundamental values to improve the cryptocurrency market, financial industry, and facilitate Internet 3.0. So remember we talked about the Internet 3.0, how it would be decentralized, how storage would be held on a blockchain, and how things like finance are going to be decentralized as well in terms of DeFi via the usage of smart contracts. So all of these things are going to help Internet 3.0 and as well the monetary revolution to actually take hold and become reality. So then, just like Bitcoin, Ethereum has a network. It is decentralized and has miners, or nodes on the network. So, in terms of the internet, in comparison to Ethereum, data is stored in centralized servers and owned by companies. We've been over that before. We know this. Ethereum solves this centralization problem with its decentralized blockchain system, supporting, now these are the key differences between Ethereum and Bitcoin, for example, data storage, dApps, and smart contracts. So, user data, identities, app usage, network activities remain decentralized and autonomously stored. So that is the key element of what Ethereum is and the value proposition that it's making to the crypto market. So then the global computer of nodes. Ethereum runs on a network of nodes just like Bitcoin. Nodes are anonymous yet reliable volunteers, and anyone can become a node on the network. Very, very similar to how Bitcoin operates. So then defining what Ethereum actually is. It's a blockchain-based, open public network. Similar ecosystem to the internet, whereas applications are developed, stored, and executed on its platform. Large amounts of data can be stored on top of its blockchain, just like the internet. However, they are more centralized servers. Smart contracts are self-executing code stored in the chain that allow for autonomous, trusted transaction based on a set of predefined parameters and are only executed when these parameters are met. So, again, just defining Ethereum, we instantly talk about smart contracts. Ethereum has its own native currency called Ether. And the ticker symbol for Ether, if you want to trade Ether, is ETH. To pay its ecosystem of miners, developers, and users. So in terms of Ether, it's the native currency of Ethereum. And we would call Ethereum a token because it's a company and they've given this token values. So the potential application for Ethereum, Bitcoin in comparison, is a payment-only blockchain, and it's a finished product. It is, apart from or aside from the fact that yes, we can soft fork Bitcoin, we can improve it over time, Bitcoin does its job. It's finished. Okay, it is a currency. The protocols exist, the algorithms exist, the cryptography, the encryption already exists. Okay, and the network. It's all there, ready to go, and it is operating as intended. Whereas Ethereum has a long way to go, and because it's a company, it's never a finished product. They're always trying to improve it and better it, yes. However, because it's a company, they have competition and other factors which may decrease people's confidence in Ethereum in the long run. So then Ethereum can facilitate almost any internet application as a dApp or financial service utilizing its smart contract functionality. This can be done on a decentralized network and database, which makes Ethereum very attractive to the future of Internet 3.0. Now, if you want to invest in Internet 3.0, Ethereum is almost at the top of the food chain. Okay, it's creating these products and services that exist on a blockchain, and they will be utilized. Maybe not Ethereum in particular. Who knows what might happen? However, they're building the technology needed for Internet 3.0. So if you are bullish on Internet 3.0 and you really like the idea of a new version of the internet, Ethereum might be a good investment for you. So then, Ethereum is a crypto token. I briefly touched on this before. It's not a coin necessarily. Okay, it's a token. It has its own ecosystem, and its miners, developers, users are paid in ETH. Okay. So an ETH token represents a fungible and tradable asset or utility that can exist on its own blockchain. Ether tokens are used within its own virtual ecosystem, and Ether tokens represent the value of the Ethereum network. Okay, so consider the value of Ethereum, the market cap of Ethereum, to be the value of the company. So then, defining tokens and altcoins. Now, we loosely know the difference by now. However, altcoins are simply an alternative to Bitcoin. Okay, we did touch on this in the Bitcoin subject. Their use is strictly for payment as a currency. These alternate currencies often have different protocols to make the coin more valuable for its user. Tokens, on the other hand, are created from an ICO to raise funds for a company's project. Again, that is the main difference of tokens and altcoins. Okay. So investors use tokens to represent stake in a company and treat tokens as stores of value. And also, the miners, the workers in the Ethereum ecosystem are getting paid with the same asset. Okay, it's the fair payment dynamic that we touched on at the start of the course. So these tokens are also doubled as currency used within that virtual ecosystem. Okay, it does double as an asset and a currency. Even though it's a token, it still shares that same kind of functionality. So then Ethereum Classic, now you might have heard of ETC before. It was the first hard fork of Ethereum in 2016. Now this wasn't due to Ethereum in particular, okay, or anything Ethereum did wrong. However, the reason for the hard fork was due to a malicious attack on funds raised by a company called DOA. Now this company again, this was an issue with the company's coded smart contract and not Ethereum directly. Okay, they didn't do something right with their smart contract and it let a hacker in. Someone took advantage. Okay, so this was the reason for Ethereum Classic. So then finally onto Ethereum gas fees. Now you might have heard this phrase before. In general, okay, we're going to go over what a gas fee is. Now on the Ethereum blockchain, gas refers to the necessary costs to perform a transaction on the network, just like Bitcoin's transactions that are facilitated by its miners. We pay a fee in Bitcoin to the miner. It's the same thing with Ethereum. Now miners set the price of the gas fee based on supply and demand for the computational power of the network needed to process smart contracts and other transactions. Now these are very energy intensive processes. Gas prices are small fractions of ether called nano ETH. Okay, just a little nuance of information there. So then the future of gas fees. Now we've recently seen this come into play with the price action of Ethereum. Okay, it's just gone up to around $3,500 because of Ethereum 2.0. Now moving from a POW, a proof of work, to a POS system, a proof of stake system. Okay, this is going to reduce the gas fees. So you no longer require computational power, gas fees, but will require a considerable financial investment by nodes to ensure the network is maintained. And this comes at a cost of 32 ETH. Okay, 32 ETH. Now, just a few days ago, the price of ETH was £2,000 a token. Now that would be £64,000 investment staked on the Ethereum network just to allow you to become a node. Okay, now this goes with the punishment and reward theory of blockchain technology, whereas the nodes are actually financially invested in the system, and so it's within their best interest to uphold it and recoup their investment, or essentially earn more money from their investment by keeping up the blockchain going and doing the job that a node is needed for. So that is essentially what a gas fee is, and the future of gas fees may be no more by the time you're learning about this. However, it's very important to understand that Ethereum has moved from proof of work, like Bitcoin, to proof of stake. So then, that is the first module in the Ethereum subject complete. Again, we've been over the fundamentals of Ethereum during this module, so hopefully we have a better understanding and foundation of knowledge for what Ethereum essentially is. Now in the next few modules we're going to learn about Ethereum's products and services, so really interesting stuff, and I will see you in the next module.